Hello, my friends, and happy Thursday evening and happy almost Thanksgiving. Just think about it. A week from now, it's Thanksgiving. And of course, after Thanksgiving, it's all of our other holidays, whatever you celebrate, Christmas, Hanukkah, and it is the gift giving season. So all of my projects through Christmas are going to be all about the gift giving season and of course about making gifts for ourselves as well so that we can wear them, so we can enjoy them, whether it's jewelry or perhaps something for your house. So I have a really fun little lineup of treasures coming up in the next few weeks. And today we have a cornucopia of earrings. So please join me. Actually, I forgot to lay them out on my little surface here, but I will do that right this moment. I was just kind of concerned about keeping track of everything because I have so many earrings to show you tonight. And so here is just the beginning. So I have all sorts of snowman and angels and of course Christmas trees. But wait, there are also ornaments. There are just all sorts of fun little earrings. And they're all very, very quick to make because we all know that there's not a whole lot of time around the holiday season. And so we're keeping them short and sweet and incredibly satisfying to make. And so this little series are actually part of the same kit, and they're called holiday ornament earrings. But wait, I actually have quite a few more. And so a lot of these earrings, in fact, I take it back. All of these earrings really are so simple. All you have to do is just make one wrapped loop per earring and you are done. It is almost too easy to do. So my plan, ladies and gentlemen, my plan is to demonstrate how to make a loop because it's not my assumption that everybody remembers how to make a wrap loop. And that what I'm going to do is literally go over every single pair or set of earrings and show you the order of the beads.
Ellen says hi, Irina and everyone.
Hi, Ellen.
Julie says hi and sends sunshine and cacti.
Oh, thank you so much, Julie. That is so lovely. We need sunshine and cacti right now. We actually had a somewhat warm week, but it is getting cooler. I'm not looking forward to the cold weather. So we so need all the sunshine and cacti that you can possibly send us. We do appreciate it very much.
Fonda says good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday.
Hi, Fonda, and happy Thursday to you, my friend.
Trudy says hello, everyone.
Hello, Trudy.
And Ellie says hi, excited for these earrings.
Hi, Ellie. Yay, thank you so much. I'm excited too. Okay, I just have one other little set, which is actually not a set, but 4 different colorways for these fun little gift earrings. And then that will be my entire array of holiday earrings for today. And you know, there are 2 things that I don't want to forget. So as I'm finishing laying them out, I am just going to tell you guys. So because next week it is Thanksgiving, And obviously on Thursday, we will all be busy eating turkey. We will not have a video next Thursday. However, instead of next Thursday, we'll have a video Monday. So it's this coming Monday that we will have the snowman video. Here I have a few of my fun little snowman. Call them snowman or snow women. I don't know. I think they could be either or. And in the snowman video, I have some surprises. There will also be icicles, which I did not grab, but that is going to be a surprise. So please remember to RSVP. Since this event is not going to be at its normal time, so it's just so very, very easy to forget. And I'm thinking Monday is 3 whole days before the holiday, so probably we will not be as crazy cooking or whatever else, and so there'll be a little time for a video. So please make sure you ring that little bell, RSVP, put it in your phone, put it on your calendar. It is on Monday, not on Thursday next week.
And Allie says same time as usual, except for Monday.
Yes,
right?
yes, Allie, thank you so much for asking. Good question. And yes, it is same time as usual at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Monday. And the other thing that I want to make sure I tell you guys, because by the end of the video, I don't know that I'll remember. So we're also having an online sale. So technically, this is our Black Friday sale that goes for several weeks through the 29th, and that is for the Eclectica Etsy shop. And we'll probably do something for my Etsy shop as well, but maybe just a little bit later. We haven't decided yet, but we'll be deciding in the next few days. So in the meantime, there are lots and lots of fun treasures in the Eclectica Etsy shop that are 25% off.
Jeline says hello.
Hi, Jeline, and thank you for joining us.
Patricia says good evening, everyone.
Hi, Patricia. Okay, guys, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. So here we are. These are all my fun little holiday earrings. And of course, they're all incredibly easy. 'Tis the season when we really don't want to make anything complicated. We just want it quick, easy, very satisfying, very festive. Whether you're making it for yourself, maybe it's a stocking stuffer, maybe it's a little hostess gift. Very often when you get invited to that party, maybe it's last minute, maybe it's not. And what do you take? Well, you know, a handmade gift is always a wonderful thing to give the hostess. It just shows that you were thinking about her. Okay, so
Karen says good evening, everyone.
hi, Karen, and good evening. All right, guys, so why don't we get started? So again, my plan is to demo a wrap loop, even though I know most of you really do know how to make a wrap loop. But just in case, if anybody who is new to this is joining us today, I want them to be really comfortable making these earrings. So let me pick, I don't know, do you guys want to pick? You pick an earring. What would you like me to demonstrate? And then once I demonstrate the wrap loop, I will also go over all of the orders of the beads and point out, you know, there are a couple of just weird little things to remember when it comes to some of these earrings. So how about, I'm thinking maybe a snowman. How about this sparkly snowman right here? What do you guys think about that? I don't know why, but right now my eye is just drawn to that.
Fonda says an angel.
An angel. Okay, let's go with Fonda's suggestion. Let's do an angel. How about, you want a gold angel or a silver one? So Tony's pointing to the silver one. Okay, so what do you think, Fonda? Silver? Yeah, let's just go with that.
Allie says yes, and she says silver, and Fonda says you pick.
Okay, we will all pick silver. How is that? Okay, so before I actually do the demo, so what I like to do is just make sure that we're all on the same page as far as the order of our beads. So with this one, it's a little different because, in fact, you know what? I'm just going to take all of these beads off so I can show you. So whenever you have a cone at the bottom, it's pretty straightforward, but I like to put a bead on the head pin, which will actually go inside the cone. So you will not be able to see it, just like when we look at this earring, we don't see the white bead. So the purpose of the white bead is to stabilize the cone because, well, it's actually twofold. So not only are we stabilizing the cone, but we're making the base of our head pin a little larger, because otherwise the head pin will simply go right through the cone, and that is not what we're looking for. So once we put that white bead on the head pin, not only will it stop the head pin from going through all the way through the cone, but also it stabilizes it, meaning once we put a second bead on the head pin, it's not going to go wibble wobble like that.
Kim K says happy Thursday. I love the present earrings.
Oh, yay! Thank you so much, Kim, and I'm so glad you joined us today. So this little 4mm bead, I think of that bead as kind of the body of the angel, or maybe her waist. And then we have the wings, of course. And then we have her head, which is a 6mm pearl. Really pretty, very glowy 6mm pearl. Then, of course, we have her halo, which is actually a little rondelle with rhinestones in it. And now we're going to make the loop. And so we're going to need our chain nose pliers and make a 90-degree angle. So I made a 90-degree angle, leaving, maybe about 2mm between the angle and the base of the bead. So sometimes our rondelle is a bit deeper. This one is not very deep, so it shouldn't be very difficult wrapping right into that little bit of a concavity. And what I'm going to do is use my round nose pliers and start out maybe about 6mm from the 90-degree angle. And so I have just formed a little question mark, also known as half of our wrapped loop. Then just with our fingers, we're going to bring the wire all the way around, making the loop. Make sure the loop is nice and round. And I like to actually wrap the loop without the ear wire being in the loop. Although if you wanted to, you could just sneak that ear wire right into the loop right now, and then you don't have to add it later, but I think I will just add mine later. So this is what I'm going to do. Just wrap the wire right into that little concavity, and once you have filled the little space, we're going to simply cut the excess wire off. And then we'll tuck it in. Okay, it's being a little bit stubborn. You know what I think we're going to do? We are going to include some seed beads, which are going to be optional. And if you want to, you can use a little seed bead, which is going to make this just a little bit easier. So, and I will show you what it will look like with the seed bead as well. I didn't think I needed a seed bead on this one, but you know, it will not hurt. And I'll show you on the gold one what it looks like with the seed bead. So it actually does work with the seed bead or without the seed bead, but you can decide if you want to use it. Okay, so there's our little loop. And now I'm just going to reach for the ear wire. And of course, ear wires are very easy to open. All you do is just hold on to it, use your chain nose to open it to the side, just like that. Hang your angel on the ear wire and close the loop. That's it. How easy was that? So very easy to make this kind of an earring. What do you guys think? Super easy. And now, as per our plan, I will go over every one of these earrings and show you the exact order of the beads. And with at least one of them, I have to tell you just a little secret. So let's start. Okay, guys, so as I said, these are so quick. They are literally instant earrings. And so let's start with the snowman. So this is my sparkly snowman. He's quite dainty and obviously very sparkly. And that's actually the name of the project, the Sparkly Snowman. And this is the order of our beads. So I already have it pre-strung on the head pin, and so I'm just going to be separating the beads and show you one bead at a time. So we have the sparkly ball at the bottom, we have the 6mm pearl after the sparkly ball, then we have the tiniest little rhinestone rondelle, the little red rondelle. That's actually the little teeny tiny rhinestones, the 4mm bead, and finally his hat, which actually some of you I know are familiar with bead aligners, but this is how we're using bead aligners these days, and it makes a great little hat for a snowman. And so again, all you have to do is just make a wrap loop and hang it on the earring. Done.
Allie says the angel would be a cute necklace pendant too.
It would indeed, absolutely, or even a zipper pull, just about anything that you can think, like a little charm. It's not, you know, none of these are very large. They're all what I perceive to be a good earring size.
Karen says my purchases from last week arrived today. Gotta get busy making.
Oh, yay! Enjoy making those. All right, guys, so our next one is the Glacier Snowman. So the Glacier Snowman is just as the name suggests. It has to have some blue in it. And actually, from last year, I had a very similar snowman, which I didn't call Glacier Snowman. I actually don't remember what it's called, but it's a slight redesign this time. Can you see the little sparkly skirt? we'll just say it's a snow woman, okay? So, and she's wearing a little sparkly skirt. So last year's is not bright silver or sparkly, and so this year she's just a little bit different. So this is the Glacier Snowman earrings, and let me show you the order. So again, every kit has something a little different in it, which is why I really like to show exactly where everything goes. So we have our 8mm pearl right there. So right over the 8mm pearl, we have the little sparkly skirt or bead cap. Then we have the very iridescent and glowy, this is still Swarovski, yes, it's that one color that everybody absolutely adores in Swarovski. So that goes on after. Then we have this little dark blue spacer, or maybe dark teal spacer. Then we have the 4mm pearl, and again, the hat. Of course, we have to have that iconic snowman hat. Okay, guys, and moving right along. I think now I'm just going to be moving just in the direction of how all my little friends are laid out. Okay, so we just did the silver Victorian, it's actually called Victorian Angel Earrings. So the silver one is the Victorian one. And right next to it are the Gilded Angel Earrings. So these are the Gilded Angel Earrings. And this one, because there is a solid bottom on the earring, you don't need to have that extra wide bead, because obviously there's not a hollow space that we need to go through. So this is the order of our earrings. And if anybody missed the beginning, or maybe you're new to wrap loops, if you want me to re-demo the wrap loop, please don't be shy. Or if you have any questions whatsoever, please don't be shy. Let me know. I'm happy to re-demo or answer any other questions. Okay, guys, so we have this kind of a cone, except it's not a hollow cone. Then we have the 4mm bead. We have the wings. The 6mm bead is her head. Then we have the rondelle, which is the halo. And then we have the little extra seed bead. And that is the seed bead that we're going to include in, except of course in silver. We'll just include those in the silver earrings as well. And so this is the bead that just kind of goes into the rondelle, and really the only purpose of it is to make that wrap loop just a little easier to make. Okay, and moving right along, this little set of holiday ornaments or holiday ornament earrings, these 3 pair come as a set, and they're incredibly simple because literally there are only 2 components on the head pin. There is the beautiful little lampwork bead, and so you know all these lampwork beads are actually hand created. And the reason, of course, I chose those for our holiday ornaments is because they're so vibrant and they have this glow from within. And the reason they have the glow from within is because they are made with silver foil. So you can see that silver foil just kind of shining through the colors, right? So we have the gold, the kind of a turquoise blue, and of course the red. And so that beautiful glow is from the silver foil. And so again, just 2 beads on the head pin for these earrings, and that is the main one. That's the lampwork bead, and then of course the spacer. And I think these little spacers are so perfect for this kind of a piece, because when you look at the finished earring, you can literally see that same construction as we see on an actual ornament. I don't know what that part of an ornament is called, but you guys know it's that little metal doohickey.
Looks like a crown.
Yes, it's like that little metal crown that sits right on the ornament, and it's just so iconic. We always see that, so that's what this is meant to look like. And next we have the sparkly Christmas tree earrings. And the sparkly Christmas tree earrings, I feel they look so festive with the oversized star, with the Swarovski marguerites, and with the vintage component that I think of as like a sparkly skirt for your Christmas tree. So this is the order. The order is, we have a 4mm bead. This is a Swarovski 4mm bead. Then we have the vintage, very sparkly skirt. Then we have a larger, or an 8mm marguerite, a 6mm marguerite, and finally a 3mm Swarovski bicone. And on top of that, we have an oversized gold star that is made out of hematite. And I'm using a lot of these gold stars for various projects this year. I just found these gold stars. They're new to us. We've had them before, but not in that exact shape. And I do love this shape so much. In fact, I will be showing some of these stars in tomorrow's video, which is a shopping event. So look for these in a variety of colors. So that is the entire order. So there we go. And of course, again, let me just show it to you what it looks like when it's finished. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so now I'm going to go zigzag back in this direction. So we have another little set. So these two actually come as a set, and I definitely have to tell you about these. So this is the Dainty Christmas tree earring set. And let me find, yes, so here it is. So there's something that I actually have to clarify. So because this little cone, so this is actually like a floral cone almost, but you turn it upside down and it makes the daintiest, cutest little Christmas tree. And just so you know, like for some kind of a size reference, this star is actually so tiny. It's only 3mm. Again, it is hematite. Okay, so let's get to the order. So we have a 4mm bicone. So the bicone will just fit right into the tree and it will stabilize it really nicely. Again, you will not be able to see the bicone at all. Then we have a 2mm bicone, the little red one. That's actually a 2mm Swarovski bicone. And finally, we have the little gold star. And then, so that's this little guy, this little earring. And so I do love these little dainty earrings. I don't know, they're just very appealing to me. And so then I have another dainty earring, which comes in the same set. And I do have to tell you, there's a little bit of a trick in making this one. Not a big trick, just a little tiny trick. So let me show you. So the little flat triangle one, this is the order. So we have our triangle strung directly onto the head pin. Then we have the little red bicone, that's the little 2mm one. Then we have the star. But wait, there is more. So this is the trick, ladies. When you try to pull the head pin into the triangle, do you see I'm not able to pull it in? It's stopping. So what can we do about this? I will show you. So just take your chain nose pliers. All we have to do is just give it a little smushy. Okay, give it a smush. Not a whole lot. Do you see? I just distorted the head pin just a teeny tiny bit. And let's see if I'm able to pull it in. And yes, it just went in. So all you have to do, there's not a whole lot of forcefulness here. All you have to do is just give it a little pinch with your chain nose pliers, and then it goes in just perfectly.
Allie says they have a nice swing when you hold them up.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, so just remember to do that little smushy when you make the little flat triangles. Okay, moving right along. We have the next set, and that is, okay, so this was my demo one, so I'm just going to remove it so it does not confuse me. So the next set is the Evergreen Christmas earrings. Well, and it's a very intuitive name. They're all evergreen trees, and I love pine trees, I have to tell you. I really, really love pine trees. They just are so majestic and they smell so good. And so it made me happy to make this set. So these are all just a little different. So this one is the same color front and back. It's almost like a little bit of bluish tint over the green. So it's like those blue spruces. And then we have the very green one with the gold specks. And last but not least, this one on the other side is kind of this festive magenta. But the front is actually kind of similar to the blue spruce. There's a bit of a difference. It's a little more green. I don't know if you guys can tell. So this is very, very straightforward. All there is just the spruce, whether it's blue or green, a star right on top of it, and make that loop. How easy is that? So, and then of course, we have the very iconic earrings that we have been making for many, many years now. And that is that beautifully wrapped gift with the lovely bow. And there's truly nothing that's more simple than this. All we have is an 8mm Swarovski cube, then a 4mm Swarovski cube, a bow, and then just go ahead and make that wrapped loop right on top of it. And it comes in 4 different colors. And I don't know if I can remember the colors. I will attempt. So we have traditional Christmas. We have elegant Christmas. I remembered elegant Christmas. We have Christmas lights. And then we have Hanukkah lights.
Allie says, are the pine trees glass?
Oh,
And
yes.
Kim K is wondering if they're check glass. They're so cute.
Oh, thank you so much. They're not check glass, however, they're imported. And yes, they're definitely glass.
They're very fun. I have to say they're very fun. I love the luster on the bluish ones, and of course the green are really fun, especially with the gold findings, because there's a little gold speck. I don't know if you guys can tell if the camera picks it up. So they're super fun, and these are all one set. And these are all one set, and this is a little set, and that's about it. I believe there might also be another set of earrings with the snowflakes from last year, but not very many left. So this ended up being a little bit more of a show and tell than a demo. But I think around the holidays, keeping it nice and simple is a good thing, don't you think, guys? So, so what do you think? I think I covered it all. So let me just say it again. For anybody who maybe forgot or maybe just joined us, so there's no video on Thursday. However, there is a video this coming Friday. And in that video, I will be making, did I just say Friday? Well, yes, actually, let me backtrack. Let's just go in chronological order, shall we? So there is indeed a video this Friday. Okay, so tomorrow, I hope you guys can join me tomorrow for the shopping event. And tomorrow's shopping event is going to be very fun. As per our discussion last week, you guys suggested, and I was going to do all sorts of 8 and 10 millimeters in Swarovski crystals, but it was too much. So I'm only doing 8 millimeters. So we're going to be perusing some 8 millimeter shapes in Swarovski, both rounds and cubes. And then we have so many different festive beads and components. So truly, tomorrow is going to be very, very sparkly, festive, very holiday-like. And then we are going to have a video not next Thursday, but next Monday, November 20th at 7 p.m. on my jewelry design page. And that's going to be snowman as well as oh gosh, what is it called? Icicles. Thank you. So yes, as well as the icicles. So this is a quick little preview of my snowman. And then Friday, now I don't know how many people are going to join me on Black Friday, but on Black Friday, I am also going to do a video. And the chances are that is also going to be on the festive side. I don't really have the entire lineup for that yet, but definitely planning to do a video on Black Friday at the usual time, 9 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Ellen says, beautiful earrings, exquisitely designed, love the angels especially.
Oh, thank you so much, ladies. So remember, even though I didn't use a little seed bead, but I will be sure to throw in some seed beads in these kits so that it's just a bit easier to wrap. And everything else is going to be exactly as shown.
Allie says, yes, last year you had presents from the white ceramic bead with the red pattern.
Yes, I did. And those were a hit. And unfortunately, I can't get those anymore, at least not in any one pattern. So we do have them in the store still, those beads, but they're kind of very hodgepodgey in terms of different patterns.
Trudy is wondering, are all the large snowmen crystals?
No, this one, my Caribbean snowman, is actually, this is a bead that's made out of, so there's a wooden bead on the inside, and this is raffia, and then you can see this one is a metallic bead, and this is a gemstone. So I'm fairly eclectic in what I pick. I do a lot of crystals, although technically some of these are not crystals, but rather faceted glass. But I think we're kind of used to referring to that as crystal. I don't think we always mean leaded crystal anymore when we say crystal. But yeah, so it's pretty eclectic. So there's some metal beads here. It's pretty much whatever it is you're looking for. There's a little bit of everything.
Kim K says a fun week ahead and sends a snowman.
Oh, thank you so much, Kim.
Hopefully these are the only snowmen we'll be making.
Oh, I hope so. I would really like to put off actual snow, you know, the cold stuff, for as long as we can.
Trudy says thanks.
Thank you so much, ladies, for watching. And I hope you picked your favorites. And please join me tomorrow at 9 a.m. for a really super fun festive shopping event. And of course, as always, have a wonderful and creative evening.